Why music become a so complicated subject?
Music is not a complex subject. Music is an incredibly simple subject that has had a lot of complexity added to it. You can do this with any subject. I always talk about it in terms of code. If you want to learn to play scales or chords or read music, there's such a series of symbols and words that you've got to understand first. And these can be thought of as layers of code. But when you break the code, when you see what's actually happening underneath, it's a series of simple steps. I always talk about, for example, learning the keyboard. You can think of the keyboard as simply as a ladder, a series of steps with some are white, some are black. And if you move up one step at a time, you can use this as a way to teach people. Step up one, step up one, step up one, and then you can start giving them patterns. Step up two, step up two, step up one. And you can teach scales this way. You can teach chords this way. It's incredibly simple. It's kept complex because, quite honestly, in my experience, professionals, a lot of the time, like to revel in their knowledge and their certainty of their subject. And they're not very keen to have a lot of amateurs as well. Every teacher I've ever met who wants to teaches because they love the subject. They love the idea of helping somebody. But you can only teach the data that you know. And if the data you know is complex, then what you're going to pass on is complexity. I started to teach when I was 8 years old. By the time I was 14, I had 165 students a week. And I got those students not by advertising for them, but by word of mouth. When somebody found I was able to explain the subject, they told their friends, they told their family. I believe that most new things come about from a grassroots movement. It comes because people tell other people. It very rarely comes from the top down. The universities and the colleges of music want to keep the subject to a certain degree exclusive. And they don't have time for the average man or woman in the street. The person I'm interested in is the average man or woman in the street.